Welcome to Vantage, Aditya. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic that could change the way you think about improving your performance. Why advice is better than feedback. If you're aiming to learn new skills, boost your performance, or help others grow, this shift from feedback to advice could be your secret weapon. We all know that feedback is a common tool in workplaces. But here's something surprising. Research shows that feedback often has little to no positive impact on our performance. Sometimes, it even makes things worse. So, why is that? 1. Why feedback often falls short. Let's start by exploring why traditional feedback isn't always effective. Feedback tends to be vague and focused on the past. Think about it. How many times have you received feedback like, "You need to communicate better," or "You should be more proactive"? Sure, it points out an issue, but it doesn't tell you how to communicate better or what steps you should take to be more proactive. You're left with a general critique but no actionable steps to improve. Imagine a basketball coach saying to a player, "Your shooting accuracy isn't good." While this feedback points out a problem, it doesn't tell the player how to improve. This vague and backward-looking feedback can leave us feeling lost, defensive, or even demotivated. And let's face it, none of us like to dwell on what we did wrong without knowing how to fix it. 2. The power of advice. Future-focused and actionable. Now, let's look at why advice can be a game changer. Advice is forward-looking and specific. Instead of focusing on what went wrong, it gives you insights into what you can do differently in the future. Going back to our basketball example, imagine the coach saying, "Try keeping your elbow in when you shoot, and focus on following through." Now that's actionable advice. It provides clear, practical steps that the player can immediately apply to improve. Think about your own work environment. Imagine your manager tells you, "You need to manage your time better." That's feedback. But if they say, "Consider setting 30-minute blocks for each task and taking 5-minute breaks in between to recharge," now that's advice. It gives you a method to try, a strategy to apply. Advice is empowering because it's focused on growth, not just evaluation. 3. Advice boosts confidence and motivation. Another reason advice is more effective is that it naturally boosts confidence and motivation. When someone offers advice, it feels like they're rooting for your success. Advice suggests, "Here's how you can succeed," rather than, "Here's what you did wrong." This approach can be incredibly motivating. Think about athletes. When a coach offers advice like, "Focus on pacing yourself through the first half of the race and then give it your all in the last 100 meters, the athlete feels supported and encouraged to achieve a specific goal. Advice doesn't just highlight where you fall short, it shows you a path forward. And that sense of guidance can be a powerful motivator. 4. Fostering a growth-oriented culture. In any team or organization, a shift from feedback to advice can create a more growth-oriented culture. Imagine a workplace where instead of hearing feedback like, "Your presentations lack impact," team members start receiving advice like, "Try opening with a compelling story to grab attention," and use fewer slides for a cleaner message. This kind of advice promotes learning, skill building, and growth in a supportive way. Let's look at companies that are known for their innovative cultures, like Google or Netflix. These organizations encourage a mindset where leaders and peers offer advice rather than just feedback. By focusing on what can be done next time, they foster a culture of continuous improvement, where team members feel more supported, valued, and inspired to grow. 5. Practical tips. How to ask for advice instead of feedback. If you're ready to try this shift, here's a practical tip. The next time you seek input, don't just ask, "How did I do?" Instead, try asking, "What could I do differently next time to improve?" This small tweak encourages the other person to give you actionable, forward-looking advice rather than vague feedback. Similarly, if you're in a position to help others improve, remember that offering advice can be much more impactful. Instead of saying, "Your report needs more detail," try offering advice like, "Consider adding a summary at the start and breaking down each section with more data." This small change in language can make a huge difference in how people receive and act on your input. Conclusion. Make the shift to advice for real growth. So, the next time you want to improve your performance, don't just ask for feedback, ask for advice. Advice is more focused, forward-looking, and actionable. It empowers you to take steps toward improvement, rather than just dwelling on past mistakes. And if you're in a position to help others, remember, giving advice instead of feedback makes you more supportive, impactful, and influential. What do you think? Do you prefer feedback or advice? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with your peers, friends, and family. Let's keep building a culture of growth and #creating greatness together on Vantage Aditya.